Well, hello there. It's that time of year again, winter break, and I'm sure we're all excited. I know I am. I'm actually an online tutor now, and I only have the winter break off because my students do. Well, my sisters do as well. One of them actually came home from college, and she's off for about a month. And as the new year comes along, I take it that we'll all have some time to think about how we'll make next year different, especially with school. And that's what we're going to reflect on today with the funniest test answers, part 7. Man, has it really been that long already? How long has it been? 2 years, oh my gosh. So this will be a chance to look at some funny things that might have gone on this year, or maybe these were pictures from many years ago, I don't remember which. But with all that said and done, let's begin. Oh, we got an astrophysics PhD exam here. Nice. How big is space? And the student wrote, it's like really effing big. You silly, they meant an actual unit of measurement. I remember teaching this in one of my 8th grade classes, and the slides I used mentioned that scientists have found that the universe is expanding at about a rate of 163,000 miles per hour. Can you imagine that? But this kid decided to just be funny and put like a just random response. The teacher gave them 3 check marks? Oh my gosh. I mean, the answer is technically correct. 100% 8 triple plus. Oh my gosh. Welcome to the team, Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson. Okay, this teacher's being kind of a smarty pants here. I kind of like that, actually. But I guess this is good. You kind of do want a teacher to be somewhat humorous, and you don't want one to be way too harsh on you. And I give this teacher credit for that. It says to me that this teacher actually does know how to handle their students. Thumbs up from me. You can't just white out a question you don't want to answer. Oh my gosh. Does this kid actually think that the teacher's not going to notice? I mean, if you look at it, you can actually see the color and even the texture of the whiting. Last time I used writing, it was to fix an error on a letter. And that was back when I was like 9 or 10. My only honest guess is that this kid is in serious trouble. Explain this observation and give the reason why this reaction takes place. And the student wrote no. And the teacher wrote back, excuse me? Oh, it's about to go down. The fact that both the teacher and the student know what Rage comics are and can draw them that good, I gotta say, that really impresses me. So I'm guessing that this student wrote no because they have no idea how to answer this question. And the teacher wrote excuse me with a Q and not a CU. I think I know why the teacher did that. So they could say, see you after school. Completely savage on both sides. Write a question using why. And the student wrote, why? I mean, the student's technically not wrong. They did write a question using the word why. But I imagine this is probably not the idea of the teacher had in mind. They probably meant something like, why this? Or how do you know why that is? Or something like that. And I guess the student wrote this question because they was wondering why they had to answer this question. But the student did pretty much what you asked him to do, so you can't mark it wrong. Good one on the student for that. I give them A for creativity. Explain how you figured out how much milk they drank. And the student wrote, thinking. Wow, I never would have guessed that at all. Of course you were thinking of the answer before writing it down. But they were probably asking like the kind of math that you use. Like, did you count how many milk jugs there were or how much milk there was in all? I mean, to be fair, they're not even showing the question before that, so how do we know? I guess the student was going to put that answer no matter what. Did my peers do that back when I was in school? Oh, am I kidding? Of course they did. It wasn't that long ago. If a squared over b squared is the answer, what is the question? The student wrote, please write a squared over b squared. You silly, that would be too obvious. But I guess a common theme with these funny test answers is that the students are giving the obvious answers. The only possible problem where this answer come up in my mind was if you have a right triangle, like so. I know it's not a very good one. A right triangle, and you have an angle theta in the triangle, and the opposite side length is A, and the adjacent is B, what would the square of the tangent be? Because the tangent of an angle is opposite side over adjacent side. In this case, A over B. And squaring that would give you, obviously, A squared over B squared. That's just my answer to that. Okay, it looks like this one has 5 questions. Explain digestive system. It's a process that starts with right hand and ends with left. What the heck does that mean? I'm pretty sure that's not how the digestive system works. What is the chemical formula for water? HIJKLMNO? H2O? Ha! That's not what they mean. They mean H with a little subscript 2 and then an O. For 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen for a molecule of water. To when Second World War was fought. I'm not sure that's the right wording for that. From page number 26 to page number 45. The Second World War went on from 1939 to 1945. I actually have a grandfather who was born a few weeks after World War II ended. He's still alive, by the way. Who was Bhagat Singh? And I'm not even going to try and figure out what that means. Those names aren't too familiar to me. Who was Adolf Hitler? This person? I don't think that's what they meant. They obviously meant that Hitler was a German dictator who was responsible for the European Holocaust. And the teacher wrote 0 out of 10 and crossed everything. Yeesh. Because the student was trying to be funny, he didn't get any of the answers right. Sorry, kid, but this is not going well for you. What comes after 10? Student wrote question mark. Ooh! I kind of get it. But this question was asking like what number comes after 10. In this case, it'd be the number 11. But the student was reading as like saying what comes after 10 in that sentence. And that would be a question mark because that technically is a question. The teacher wrote +1. Oh my gosh. Nice try though. I guess the teacher knows when to give the student credit for creativity. Or they're just being snarky, I don't know, but still cracks me up. Particles can be in 3 different states. Solid, liquid, or gas. In which state do the particles show the most movement? California. In which state do the particles show the least movement? New Jersey. The question literally stated that the 3 states they're looking for were solid, liquid, and gas. But the student took it as like states of the actual US. Oh my gosh. Obviously, the state in which the particles would show the most movement would be in a gas. And where it shows the least movement would be a solid. But yet, once again, we have students that are trying to be funny. As a guy who loves to laugh and has an affinity for jokes, I can kind of understand that. Hey, last one. Wait a minute. What on earth is going on here? Give the man a bonus point or the stick figure gets it. And the other stick figures say, please do what he says. And the teacher wrote, I don't negotiate with terrorists. And you shouldn't. Does this kid honestly think the teacher's going to give them a bonus point that way? Huh? but I'm feeling kind of bad for the stick figure that's being held hostage. The lengths that people go to nowadays, it's just alarming. I don't know what else to say to that. And that's going to do it today for the funniest test answers, part 7. I will say I was not expecting a lot of these kids to go as far as they did in these answers. I really don't. I just thought this would be a nice way of looking at test answers and giving the kids a nice little chance to have a little laugh before winter break starts. Unless it's already started for you, then good for you. But that's going to do it for today. I hope you have a great winter break, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.